If you were I knew this was going to be bad. Whew. Speech given by John Voight. You motherfucker! The problem is that this term had been informally used for several cities at the time, including Mecca, Baghdad, and Jerusalem. It also has to be divisible so that you can pay exactly what is owed without overpaying. It's also divisible so you can pay exactly what's owed without overpaying, without rounding up. It's also divisible so you can pay. They also just sort of took New Zealand from the Dutch with little. Every time there is a Bitcoin transaction, you are announcing to the secure Bitcoin, then you need the immigrants, then you need the immigrants guide. In 1867, most of the British territories in North America were unified. If you were a Republican, then you need the immigrants guide. At the time of impact, it's estimated that the Titanic, oh my God. At the time of impact, it's estimated that the Titanic, oh my God, dude. At the time of impact, it's estimated that the Titanic, Wheatley, you're not cooperating very well. Firstly, it's a way to appear modest, but secondly, and perhaps most importantly, it's a Second, we got this white. Damn, this is stronger than I thought. Can you talk? If you were a Republican, if you were a Republican, so on July 19th, the Congress commissioned an commissioned. Seeing requires much more than just photon receptors. That's why you have Seeing requires much more than just 20%. Seeing requires much more than just photon receptors. That's why your brain... You might think that he was a brave explorer who proved that the world was round and by doing so. And let the dollar become a free-floating fiat currency, which just means that... Dang it. Values back with government, which issued it, and nothing else. But it's only twice the width and height. Height? No, I hate that word. Don't ever say that word. It's not a word. You heard that correctly. The Hastings cutoff claimed to shave... You heard that correctly. The Hastings cutoff claim... You heard that correctly. The Hastings cutoff shape... And the mutated green cone of a deuteranomalous male. They withdrew their forces and gave control over to the UN, which lasted until 1976. Nope. If you were... Go sleep, Wheatley. Go sleep, Wheatley. Go potty. Go potty. No, go potty. You didn't go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Okay, go. Get off the... Okay. If you're wondering what the deal is with all of those countries that end in stan, that's the Persian version of land. So countries like Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and Uzbekistan are land of the Turkmen, Afghanistan. Dang it! First, you need what they call a wallet. Again, it only exists electronically, so it's basically just an... Really, you're gonna stay there until I get the shot, so just understand that and accept it, okay? So let's shift focus So let's shift focus to Palestine. But now we're being told that we can't eat certain feuds. Why do I keep saying feuds? I don't know, maybe a line got severed or a wire shorted out. It doesn't matter. Fuck! Okay, good boy. Okay. Oh, shit. Really? These sleepiness episodes are kind of warning signals of an impending sleep attack. So, fuck. I'll get to why I personally the original Ottoman breakup, which would unite the entire area known as the Levant. If you were a Republican, Shortly afterwards, though, several religious groups like the Pilgrims came to America, forming the colonies of Plymouth, Maryland, Rhode Island, and somewhere else. Not only did it degrade with time, but it degraded with each viewing. So the 100th, which was renamed the Irish Free State in 1922, when Ireland... To many people, Columbus deserves none of the credit for discovering America, but all of the blame for what happened to it. If we can pin 400 years of awful history onto one guy, it shifts all of the guilt for what happened to the native... dang it. Look, I shouldn't have to spell everything out for you, right? Like, you can figure it out. English. It's not that hard of a jump. Hard. The 1986 machine gun ban eliminated the sale and manufacture of new machine guns. If you owned one prior to 1980s... Look, god damn it. If you were a Republican 100 years ago, you were... Just for completionist's sake, in January 1777, Congress commissioned another set of broadsides to be printed. That was right. Okay. There are Jews and Muslims who eat bacon, but most of them don't, and that's why you're turning a ship with a rudder isn't... Ugh. Come on. If you were a Republican, All right, I tell you what, bud. If you start walking, I'll give you an M&M. Oh, okay, don't actually start walking. Dang it. You messed up my line by actually doing the right thing. Quit it. Stay right here. Stay right here. Good boy. If you were a Republican 100 years ago, you'd probably... If you were a Republican 100 years ago, you'd probably... Ooh, that was strong.